Let's get going, guys. We're going to start with trailers, and this first one is a Netflix original. We kind of covered it a few weeks ago when we saw like a tweet on Twitter about it. This is a... Oh, sorry, my door opened up for a second. This is a new Sherlock Holmes-esque Sherlock Holmes universe movie, but it's or not movie, TV show that's going to be focused not on Sherlock Holmes himself, but on his younger sister. I've always mispronounced her name, Enola. I think that's how it's pronounced. Which, as we learned in the trailer, means alone backwards. And it kind of gives us more of a dynamic of what the show is going to be about, what the focus of it is going to be. Because the last thing we saw with the little teaser was literally just who was involved. It starred Amelia Brown.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah, and Henry Cavill.
Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown, yeah. From Stranger Things, and then Henry Cavill that we all know from like Superman, and you might have seen him in a little thing that he did on Netflix called what was his newest? It was based off a video game.
Witcher.
Yeah, you guys might have heard him from that little title there. But yeah, so what did you guys think of this full-out trailer? Ken, we'll start with you.
I liked it better than the other one. It tell a little more detail. Mm-hmm. But it also almost makes you wonder if it gave too much out telling the story, you know. But I'm excited about seeing it. My main reason of seeing is seeing Henry Cavill as Sherlock Holmes, and I'm curious to know if this is part of canon. In other words, did Sherlock Holmes actually have a younger sister? I think he definitely had an older brother, which is what we already know about. But
yeah,
I'm excited about seeing it because it's on Netflix, and I think it's on Netflix, right? And then Henry Cavill, I'll watch it for that.
Yeah, for sure. And so now we know for sure, too, I know when we saw the trailer, we saw kind of the scene where Sherlock comes, and we don't know, we're like, is that Mycroft or is that Watson? But it's actually both of her brothers. It's kind of confirmed here. It shows like a little, I always think of Suicide Squad where it like freeze frames, and then it shows like a graphic with their names or whatever. And it shows that, yeah, these are her two brothers in the show. But Gene, what did you think about this trailer? Have you seen this before? Are you excited?
I hadn't seen it before, but it actually looks really good. I have to admit, it looks. I actually don't do Netflix anymore, and this one actually kind of makes me a little sad that I don't, because it looks really, really good.
Yeah.
And I like that there's faces that I recognize, but they're so different. I love when you can see a familiar face, but they're so unique in the next thing that they're in that you can't. It's like, man, like where do I know them from?
Yeah.
But they're just so embedded in it that she looks like she's doing, she looks like she did a really good job. The story looks really, really good. I think it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just one thing. I also like the idea of the mystery. I'm curious about what they're going to be mystery solving, probably finding their mother, but that's going to be the main draw. I think just the mystery. Hope they do it well.
Yeah, I remember when we saw the teaser, I was so concerned and worried. I was like, this seems like it's going to be really geared towards like younger kids, or just like really goofy and not serious of like a Sherlock Holmes, like the BBC show has done, or even the Robert Downey Jr. movies have kind of done, where it's a serious mystery. But I'm going to be honest, I agree with you guys. After seeing the trailer, I'm like, this looks good. Like this isn't going to be kiddish. This isn't going to be very like, I don't know. Sometimes Netflix can get very political or very like, just weird with the angles that they come at their shows. This just seems like it's a really good mystery show. Like, and for those that haven't seen the trailer, I want to watch it. We'll leave the links in the Discord for you, or just look up Alona or Enola. I'm sorry. And basically it's she grows up with her mother, and then one day she wakes up and her mother's just gone. She's gone missing, and so. It's her, her brothers come back, Sherlock and Mycroft, and they're all trying to solve this mystery, but she kind of goes off on her own because she doesn't think they're, going in the right direction, I guess, in the investigation, and wants to try to find her on her own. And so it seems like there's this really deeper, bigger mystery on why her mom goes missing. And so, yeah, I'm super stoked. This is probably almost out of all of them, one of my favorite ones, out of all the trailers that we kind of have for this morning. I just love seeing these dynamics. And I do think, Ken, when you asked the question, is it canon? I do think Conan Doyle did write about, I don't know how big of a story, but does have some story of Sherlock having a younger sister. I don't know if it's just a mention in passing or if it's actually a deeper story, but I do remember that. So Yeah.
I just realized why I was getting confused because you had misspelled the name. So on your show notes,
Did I?
When I first saw this last time, Enola, first thing I hit me was Enola Gay, the B-29 that dropped the atomic bomb. So when I remember last time we saw this, when I first saw the title, I thought it might have been about a historical thing about the atomic bomb. But then he's like, oh no, this is the daughter, it's like, or sister of, and now it's a backwards for alone.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and it just seems like, they're like, Mother's always been very intentional. Like she's the one who raised Sherlock, that we all know. And so that she's left behind clues or that, something to go and find her. I don't know. To me, this is my type of like movie or show that I think I'm going to get into. And hopefully it's as good as the trailer. But we'll have to wait and see. Let us know, guys. What do you think? Are you excited about Enola? Alone backwards here. Enola Holmes. Let us know down in the comments or here in the chat as we continue on with the show. So, okay, that was our first big trailer. The second one, I kind of tried to make it across different platforms here. So whether you are on Netflix or whether you are a movie fan, or maybe this is your itch. We've talked about this platform since it's prior to its release, and we've kind of been following it since then. This next one is called Wireless, and it is by Quibi. The small little bite-size show that gives you like a minute video. Here's what I'll say about this trailer before I get into you guys. Quibi kind of has their work cut out for them when it comes to making trailers, because the whole thing with Quibi is watch this like 1 to 2 minute video, for 2 weeks straight. So you only really have about 15 to 20 minutes worth, when it's all said and done, worth of content. So to try to make a 2 to 3 minute trailer, I feel for them, because I'm like, how do you not show too much? That's like 15-20%. Yeah, the entire show right there. But this next one is called Wireless, and it's kind of like a found footage. It's a little bit similar to like some of the other shows that they launched with their platform. Basically, Ken, not to freak you out, but I believe it's like in the Rocky Mountains during the wintertime. This kid goes and he's trying to like make up with his girl. He's trying to go to a party and meet up with his girlfriend. I guess they're in a fight, and he gets stranded and stuck, I guess, in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the Rocky Mountains. And it's basically about his survival story, and it's kind of like a found footage. A lot of the footage is like him on his iPhone, kind of doing FaceTime with somebody, or Snapchat stories, or looking at his Instagram, whatever. So it's will he survive out in the wilderness where he is wireless? What did you guys think of this? Jane, we'll start with you. What did you think of this 2-minute Quibi trailer?
I wasn't really that excited about it, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm kind of weird about shows and movies that are like big on, well, for one, I'll say like I really hate when they have people like texting and driving, and that was an immediate turn off for me, that like it keeps showing him
Yes.
texting and driving, and that's like a big part of his story. And I'm like, oh, I hate that. But I don't know. It just felt very like, I don't know. Maybe it's a bit realistic, but at the same time, it felt almost like it was sort of promoting that it was okay to do that. But then in a weird way, it's like, this terrible thing happened because he was doing it.
Yeah.
But it still kind of felt like it was making that kind of thing okay. And
yeah. Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that part, but you are absolutely right. Oh, man. Ken, what about you? What did you think of Wireless here?
Well, like Gene said, it was interesting the fact that they were showing. I mean, every time you see a movie and they're showing someone texting in a car, you're wondering the next shot's going to be like, something's going to happen. Sure enough, in the mountains, he's just a snowbank, and now he's stuck. It's like,
yeah. What
got me? I mean, I'm not joining Quibi, even though I know Jeffrey Katzenberg's behind it, big name who used to do a bunch of the old original Disney stuff. Mm-hmm. He was at Disney. Was the fact that he calls his friend up and said, I'll be there. And then his friend doesn't show up. So now you start wondering, wait a minute, what's happening? There's more to this than just him surviving. It's like he's, you're 45 minutes away. The roads weren't snowed in. He just happened to hit a snowbank, and he was stuck. So he needs someone to pull him out. So he wasn't like he was totally trapped, but it's like, where's his friends at? What's going on?
Yeah.
There's a deeper mystery seems involved. But what's interesting, and near the end of the trailer, I'm like, I lost total interest in wanting to see it at all.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, fine. You know. Uh-oh, that's
Oh,
Gene.
we lost Jean. She'll probably jump back in here in a second. You guys can still see me and Ken, hopefully. Now I am half Ken and he is
My step froze and freaked. She said, "Okay."
okay, we'll give her a few minutes here. Yeah, it's funny that you guys bring that up, the like texting and driving, or like being on your phone and driving. You would think that would fall under, like Hollywood has some kind of weird rules sometimes when it comes to like movies and shows. Like, I don't know if you know this, but like they never show, I think it's in any movie that's PG-13 or under, they never actually show what people are drinking. Like they can't have an actual shot of, like if it's a teenager at a party, they can't show kids actually like drinking, like underage drinking. They can show up, they'll film kids with it in their hand, but I think it's like part of the rating system. It has to be rated R if you're going to show underage kids drinking. You would think it would be the same thing with like texting and driving, like you can't show, because then you're just promoting it, But yeah, I don't know. This one was kind of weird. The as I said, the name of it, the series Wireless, more and more, it made me think of like Detroit Becoming Human type of thing. Like I'm like, this seems like it'd be a good name for a movie about androids and
yeah,
and wireless or something like that, something in that realm. With it though, yeah, it seems like there might be a deeper mystery. Like he calls his brother, like you said, to come help him, and in the trailer, he's like, "Dude, it's been like an hour or two. Like, where are you?" He's like, "Oh, I'm leaving right now." He's like, "Why haven't you left yet?" Like, so I'm like, is there something deeper going on? Are they trying to get rid of this kid? Are they trying to keep him from seeing something that's going on? I don't know. I'm a sucker for found footage sometimes, so I'm interested. But there's no way. I signed up for Quibi to get like the 3 months of free stuff. I'm pretty sure those 3 months are like up now. There's no way I'm going back to actually watch this though. Let's see.
Jean's back.
Let's see if she's back. Maybe.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. I'm so sorry. Everything like froze and freaked out.
Oh, you're good.
Well, you haven't been watching Pastors After Dark? At one time when both Shadow and I think Dustin's computers just kind of crapped on them.
Dustin's overheated and mine decided to update right then and there, and I was like,
oh my gosh.
No. No, this is fine. We're used to these type of things.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Technology.
Always fun. All right. Well, let us know, guys. Are you going to go and sub to Quibi so that you can watch Wireless and find out what this mystery is? If you do, let me know what it is. Because that's the annoying thing is like the pacing is the one thing I've always said that'd be super hard. When you're doing only a minute long or a 2 minute long thing, the pacing's just next to impossible to get really well. And it just feels like a chopped up movie spread out in the course of like 2 weeks, All right, this next one is for you moviegoers and movie lovers here. No Time to Die. It is number 11 trending on YouTube right now. But this is the next... yes, next James Bond movie is coming to theaters this November. No Time to Die. Kennethan, you have pretty much gotten to live long enough to see every iteration of James Bond here. What do you think of this one here? The second trailer for No Time to Die.
Wait. All right. So, best Bond is Sean Connery.
Okay.
Don't at me. Okay. What interesting is that I always liked. I think Daniel Craig is a great James Bond, and they kind of did like more of a like the younger Bond. Not quite the same kind of thing. They've already been modifying the way like the Ladies' Man from like Sean Connery and Roger Moore to Timothy Dalton and Pierce Brosnan, and it's always been exciting now. But what's interesting is that this mission is like going to change everything. Yeah. And they've been talking about the fact that this is Daniel Craig. He actually didn't want to do this, but he did. This is his last actual Bond movie he'll do. And there's been talk about how they're going to pass it on. Will there be a female Bond, or will there be like Idris Elba become Bond? Be different people, like who's going to be next. So there's also they're alluding to something in this. But the trailer gave more than the other one, and I remember the last trailer looking at it thinking I needed to watch some of his previous movies because there's a tie-in because of the I guess apparently the girl he loves may have vanished and now she's back. And there's a mystery there somehow, but also I like the guy who's playing the villain. He's from iRobot as well. He played Freddie Mercury.
iRobot?
Yeah, Mr. Sorry, Not Robot, yeah, Mr. Robot,
yeah,
as well as Freddie Mercury. So, I mean, I think like the actor, so it'd be interesting to see how he plays off this villain. So, I'm excited. I mean, I'm excited when it first came out. Trailer is not going to come out until November. I still haven't decided yet if I'm going back to the movie theaters yet.
You were
I know
the
I had
first
the
one
A-list.
to
I know.
say you'd be in the theater day one.
I talked about it, but at this point I'm still going to hold off. I think just because my life has changed a little bit. The things I've been doing on a Friday have changed, and so I might get back there. But I know the theaters are kind of opening. Even here in SS Park, they are showing 3 movies, with social distancing. So there are theaters that have opened up. But I mean, I'm going to see this movie if it's online. I will see it.
You mean illegally? You're going to watch it illegally online?
Oh no, not illegally. Whatever service platform I have that lets me watch it.
You're funny. Oh, there we go. Hang on here. Let's see. Something changed. There we go. We're back to normal. Now we can see you again, too. All right. Yeah, so No Time to Die. What about you? Are you a big 007 fan?
I've never really been a fan, but this one actually looks really good.
Yeah.
I think
haven't
that
either.
this is one that I would actually be excited to see. I feel like they've been so cliche for a long time, and it's just kind of like the cool thing to watch. But this one actually looked really, really good.
Yeah. I agree with you. I agree. And I'm like, okay, I'll have to go back and like rewatch. I know I've seen Skyfall. I've seen I don't even know if I've seen them in order. I just know I've seen these in one point in my life or another because just they're so popular. People have them on or we'll go see it. But I could not tell you to save my life, like Ken said, who's the girl? Where did we lose her at? And why is she coming back now? And so I feel like it's kind of like, with Avengers, which we're going to be talking about later today, like you kind of have to follow somewhat of the storyline to get the most out of the film. So